Hello Virgo and welcome back to Spectral Readings. My name is Cameron and this is going to be a general reading for you. That's what I am supposed to do now. If you like the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need a personal reading, there's information in the description box below on how to go about doing that. If you need an idea for a Christmas tree ornament, this is what I came up with. I'm wrapping my crystals in copper and I'm just hanging them on the tree. That's what I came up with because I didn't want to just go out and get like Christmas tree ornaments because I think about stuff. And anyway, Virgo. Oh, also donations are greatly appreciated and thank you as always. I'm still doing the Oracle card for 1111 donations or higher. And anyway, Virgo, what's going on with you? Ooh, 10 of Wands. It's like you're waiting for something to change and it is just not changing. You are having, and I was telling you this yesterday, I think you're having a hard time seeing something. Super cool. I just updated, because just yesterday I was telling you about Santa Clara, right? And anyway, I updated my laptop today and now it has this weather widget. And what do you know? The default location was Santa Clara, California. And I was just talking about her and talking to her. So pretty cool. That's confirmation there. You need mental clarity, clarity of vision. But you are probably feeling a bit weighed down, bogged down by circumstances. Yeah, here you are, Four of Swords. So you need to meditate and center yourself. Just put everything down, let go of it, and allow yourself to be free. If there's some sort of an obligation that you have, a responsibility that's looming, let it go and take some time for yourself. You've been going long enough, and now it's time for you to center yourself just for a moment, right? Because Eight of Wands is next. Eight of Wands is about momentum. If you're feeling bogged down, if you're feeling weighed down and stuck, forget about whatever it is that you're worried about and meditate. This also could be a time where a bunch of messages are coming in that might be a little bit confusing, and you might just be unable to make a decision right now. You're like, I want to do this extreme thing right now, and I also want to do this not extreme thing, and I want to do this other extreme thing, and I just can't make up my mind. I can't make up my mind here. But whatever you do decide, things look good once you make that decision. And here's the World card, which is the card of decisions, having to make a decision, having to make a choice. Now, I'd like to caution you to do something that's safe, relatively safe. Don't do anything too drastic. I'm not telling you to sell all of your possessions and move. Four of Cups. This card is about needing to really just listen to yourself. And this is also the card about needing to make a decision. But you have to listen to yourself, listen to your intuition here with the Moon card. Really, only you can prevent forest fires and make this decision for yourself. If you go and you talk to your friend and you're like, hey, I have this idea, they might be like, that's a stupid idea, because they're jealous of you. Misery loves company. If you give your idea to a friend and you're like, hey, can you tell me about this wonderful idea that I have? They're not going to be like, well, they might not be like, yeah, you should do it because it's going to make you successful. They're going to be like, oh, you shouldn't do it, and listen to my problems, and I'm so stuck, blah, blah, blah. Situations like that. And also it could be like parents who just want you to live a certain way, want you to do a certain thing, and have these like 10 of Wands, 10 commandments that you must live by that are just really weighing you down. Although, of course, I mean, I personally like the 10 commandments, but just as an example, maybe you have parents with set ideals of what they want you to do, something like that. Or you just feel like you have to live a certain way. Also, 10 of Wands, is external as well. The burdens of the external world might be causing you to trip up on yourself. Maybe you're watching too much of the news. Maybe you're getting involved into heated debates or arguments or viewpoints. And absolutely, I want to caution spiritual people not to be too pulled into conspiracies. And I do know that the term itself, conspiracy theory, was created by the government to keep people with alternative viewpoints down. But I see a lot of spiritual people who are just jumping on bandwagons of saying that people are afraid, this, and that. And really, it's them that seem afraid to me. But so just have a moderate approach to things and don't get too wrapped up in wild conspiracies. Also, if you are wrapped up in wild conspiracies, make sure you have an exit strategy. Because you don't want to crash and burn. Make your life about yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Make your life about yourself. I see people wondering, like, trying to like split hairs about how to do something as spiritually good as possible or ethically good as possible. Someone's trying to do the best they can. And the message that's coming in is really, it has to be whatever makes you feel the best about whatever it is that you're doing. And there's also a message about needing to make money. I know I just did a financial reading for you guys yesterday, but there's a message about needing to make money, but also not wanting to admit it, not wanting to. Maybe you don't feel like you deserve to make money. Maybe you have hang-ups about money, so you feel like that shouldn't be your focus. But the thing that I see most often with people who have hang-ups about money and feel like it's just so dirty and they don't want anything to do with it, that attitude and that energy, it keeps you from having success. Even if it's not money that you want, it keeps you from experiencing success. What else? Oh my goodness. Way too many. Well, the Fool card's here. And these three. Okay. Three of Swords. It might feel like you have a hard time trusting. You have a hard time trusting. You've possibly been betrayed. You feel like if you give yourself too fully to something, you will just be taken advantage of. That's possible. Ten of Swords here. Ten of Swords is about an ending. Maybe you're just getting out of something. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're just getting out of something where you feel like it was just such a drain on your energy. That's the best way I can put it. Something was just such a drain of your energy here with the Three of Swords. And this Ten of Swords is just when it was so much and you finally, that was the end. That's how the Ten of Swords is here. Eight of Pentacles is a message that you really, and it has the Fool with it as well. It's a message that you really need to just focus and do whatever it is that makes you happy. Remember, the most highest vibrational activity is the one that makes you the most happy. When you are doing what you love, you're not working a day in your life, for sure. Kind of just like me. I mean, I don't talk about myself very much, but I love to do this. And when I'm doing something else, it's just not as good. And this isn't really work to me. Looks like I'm putting the tarot cards away. Now I'm going to give you a Nature's Whispers card. I personally have been having a lot of ideas as well. That's just a thing. And we're coming toward a solar eclipse, which is a little spooky astrologically, honestly, because the sun is going away and that is our source of light. But the best way to look at it is it's a rebirth. That's solar eclipse energy. Empowerment is the card that came out. I will show it to you. The movement for respect for life and all living things, attuning to nature and to the creatures of the earth, is at hand. Tune into the deep well of compassion that spills over readily to anyone who needs your help. You are being directed to take action to remove difficulties and resolve problems. Be receptive to guidance from wherever it happens to come. Don't be surprised to receive support from unusual avenues. Be alert to seemingly random input, which will give you clues and ideas that had not occurred to you earlier. Once you have picked up these signs, pursue them diligently and with determination. The potential for them to pay off is immense. As soon as you know what action to take it. For sure, it's leading to your empowerment. What I'm seeing here is that Spirit is giving you clues, and this relates to what I was telling you about the weather app that appeared on my computer with Santa Clara. I mean, how cool is that? Just pay attention and listen. People who say that they're not receiving any signs, I wonder if you're looking for them. When you look for whatever it is that you're looking for, you will probably find it. Listen and pay attention, for sure. And when something comes up, chase after it here with the empowerment card. And this is exactly what I've been telling you. There's a need to focus on whatever makes you happy here and just do it for yourself. Don't get too caught up in anything but whatever matters for you. You have to make the decision to center yourself and listen to your intuition. That's the biggest part here. And also with the Fool card, which I just love, and I tell you this every time, the Fool carries no baggage. The Fool carries no baggage and just takes blind steps forward because it's fun. Is there anything else? There's a quick message from the Oracle, or rather a brief message from the Oracle. What am I picking up on? Something to do with books. If you're studying something, if you have found yourself studying something, see if you can put it into practical action. Okay, who are you? Blessed. But also it's in the protection energy. Wow, I just love this card. That's beautiful. 22. Humility is called for now. Humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. I think I told you that. That was fairly brief. You're carrying around too much, and it's a burden. 10 of Wands. 3 of Swords is just draining your energy. And the 10 of Swords is you let it go. You have to let it go, and then you have this like rebirth moment. And then you will be blessed. Actually, that's basically the first thing I told you. Awesome. Is there anything else? I'll do a Romance Angels card. But there's caution about love life at this time. It's not the best time. It's like I'm hearing going grocery shopping when you're hungry. You might take on more than you need, or get the wrong thing. Try looking at things another way. That's another big one. And honestly, that's a quote from James and the Giant Peach. What's up? Oh my goodness. Okay. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Very awesome. So, if you are experiencing some sort of a romantic partnership at this time, it may very well be one of your soulmates. Now, I caution people, I do personal readings for people who are experiencing soulmate relationships, twin flame relationships. I'm always like, do this at your own risk, because when you tell somebody soulmate, they're like, oh yes, they're imagining like growing old together, they're imagining a happy wedding, and it does not always work like that. In fact, I think soulmate relationships typically last a certain amount of time. Sometimes you have a soulmate or a twin flame and you see each other for like 3 intense weeks, you hurt each other, and then you drift apart. How fun does that sound? But that's how it works, because you're here to teach each other lessons. Now, what I see here, because try looking at this another way, instead of soulmate being a romantic relationship, soulmate is when you step away from this fray and you are blessed, you are finally doing what you love. That's the soulmate. As far as like life paths go, opportunities go, soulmates, they can last forever. I will say that for sure. Is there anything else? I see train tracks for some reason. Okay, what is it about the train tracks? Well, if you live near train tracks or something like that, perhaps leave a coin in the vicinity and ask for good things to come into you. Usually, train tracks are similar to crossroads. They're governed by the Orisha Ogun, and he's like the hammer, and he defends you. So perhaps you are being defended now, and things are going to start turning in your favor. That could very well have been that message. I feel good about that. One more thing. I did this like a few weeks ago, actually, even though it looks fairly new. But if you quarter a lemon like this, and I flattened the bottom, but you don't have to, just like leave it somewhere. This is done in the Eastern world commonly to freshen the air, but also supposedly breathing over one of these, it's like the air is more oxygenated and it oxygenates your lungs. Whatever that might be, but I'm more of a spiritual person. I usually leave lemons around for cleansing purposes. And you can tell by looking at a lemon as it ages the energy in a room. That's something that I know to be true. And you can find a great video by somebody I actually trust to a pretty high extent, Mark Byersky. Anyway, it smells amazing too. That's why I jumped right on it. But it's something you can do. If you leave a lemon out in a room and it turns black, then the energy is probably not very good. But after a couple weeks, if it still looks gorgeous, the energy is probably good. Now, I leave this right next to where I'm burning incense and where I read tarot and where I do this work. And I'm always cleansing this area, so this is in accordance with how I would expect it to look. I love the way it smells, and it helps clean energy. Is there anything else I need to tell you? Have a good day. Yes, that is it. That's all of the messages. Thank you so much for coming. Many blessings to you. If you need a personal reading, go to my website, spectralreadings.com. That's in the description box below. You can book a service, or you can donate 1111 or higher, and I will give you an oracle card to your email. I turn things around pretty quick. I don't talk about myself too much, but I've had a few professional jobs where I've had to respond to a lot of emails every day, all day. So I'm pretty capable of doing stuff like this. But anyway, thank you so very much for being here, and I will see you next time.